Wormon! It's past your bedtime. You come back for space. Do bedtime. First, we gotta talk about the Mario trailer, because that happened. You're grounded. So the Mario trailer came out. People were... Yep. They were. It looks pretty good so far. It's got potential. At least it didn't start with Gangster's Paradise. Bowser looks pretty fucking cool. It also looks like Jack Black. It sounds like it. He does a good job with the voice from what you can hear so far. Just kind of wish there was some modulation to it to deepen it. Put some girth. It sounds good. It sounds good as it is. I just think it'd be cool if it had like the super deep evil voice Bowser has sometimes. Sometimes he just goes roarf. And that moment in the beginning of the trailer was cool. I mean, the thing starts off with him running into a penguin kingdom looking for what I'm assuming he's looking for the Power Star. He has it at one point. He's got like a big island thingy that's like spewing fire and shit. I almost thought he was flying like Gamera or something at first, but it lands and he attacks penguins. But he seems like he's not a super evil guy because he has Kamek fling the penguins out of the way before he burns their homes to nothing. Those penguins were awfully pushy too, but I guess they were defending their homes. They're weird penis towers. I have a problem. That's just a cool line when they ask him if he yields after throwing a bunch of fucking snowballs at him and knocking one of his henchmen out with ice. And he just says, "I do not." And then burns their shit down Godzilla style. The humor kind of has me a little worried. Like, I'm hoping it's not going to be too much like Minions. Because there's a scene where they're flinging tons of like snowballs at Bowser to try and repel him. But it was pretty funny. I watched it again and it didn't seem too Minion-y. Seems like the Minion DNA is there. I mean, it's made by them, Minion guys. My concern is Nintendo might like Minions, because the Minions are just rip-offs of Rabbids, and they seem to like them. Yay, Minion. Toad sounds like Toad, kind of. There better be one that sounds like N64 Toad, and then one that sounds like Super Show Toad, and then one that just goes, "Here I am!" I think there's just one Toad, though. I believe he's just the character. Speaking of things, Mario looks fucking weird. He ain't got no dumpy anymore. But he got a tum-tum. So it looks odd. And his limbs... Something about the proportion of his limbs mixed with all that. And his weird face. He's almost like a Garbage Pail Kid before they started doing meth. I'm pretty sure that's part of their lore. It almost looks like he's got, like, Movie Sonic DNA in him. A little bit of both, really. But mostly the good one. Just, I don't know. Something about him. I need an adult when he's around. I don't want to meet him in a dark alley. He's got a collar on his shirt. That's weird. But Luigi looks like Luigi. You see him for not very long, but he kind of... I don't know. Nothing really seemed off. But yeah, like the Mario model looks good in motion because the movie's just well animated. It's got good graphics. You could tell Nintendo was like cracking the whip, making them make movie. Like Bowser's floating castle thing. Isn't that a Miyazaki? It looks cool as fuck. Like just the coloring and lighting and contrast and everything with the penguins of the pushy variety looked good. But I can't wait to meet Seth Rogen Donkey Kong. Get to see how he slings dong. I'm really hoping it's not just Donkey Kong sounding like a fucking middle-aged stoner. No, actually I want it to just sound like Seth Rogen, but he just grunts. Just chimp grunts every now and then. Or they just throw in chimp noises. He's just talking and there's chimp noises. Why am... And then the big moment is you finally get to hear Chris Pratt's Mario for like half a second. Seems okay. I watched the trailer and I'm a little more worried. I mean, it sounds like it could go either way. He might actually try and like do something so that it's not just him talking like the last animated movie he was in. But it sounds, the Mushroom Kingdom line he says sounds kind of forced as fuck. So I'm really hoping the rest of the movie isn't like that. But people wanted Charles Martinet. And like from the beginning, I've been saying that that's not actually a good idea. Like, yeah, he is the voice of Mario, but can you hear that voice for 2 fucking hours or an hour and a half? You ever heard that video where he's voicing some like facial capture Mario thing and he's making like jokes? It gets really grating. And it's only like 5 minutes or so. Imagine that, but feature length. Like I could hear Wario or Waluigi, but maybe even like his normal Luigi voice, but like his Mario voice, that high pitch, might make my ears bleed after a while. But I still don't know if Chris Pratt was what my ear meat needed. I mean, there's like the Brazilian and French voice actors for him sound amazing. Like tempered down versions of Charles Martinet's. Did I call him Martinet last time? They sound like, I don't know, more balanced versions of his Mario. They're spot on, especially the French one. Why couldn't we have that? Fuck it, just throw French Mario in and subtitle him, or don't. Does anybody really need the fucking plot to this? The script? Whatever? Charlie DeLuigi... DeLuigi? Seems okay. That might be weird to hear in bulk, but it kind of fit the situation. He was like, sounded all scared, running from a bunch of dry bones. So that was cool. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what else to talk about. But hey, if this movie blows ass, or is like mediocre or whatever, at its worst, it's still probably going to be better than Sonic 2. I say that as a Sonic fan. I mean, I'm a fan of both, but I've been a big Sonic fan my whole life. I've been a big fan of both my whole life. I just prefer Sonic. Maybe not when it comes to movies. There's a theory, though, that this Mario movie is like an isekai or something, and it's like Chris Pratt ending up in Mario's world, because all you see at the beginning is Mario getting like shot into like the Mushroom Kingdom world area, and that concerns me. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be a big deal if most of the movie, like 90% of the movie, was just in this CGI world and it was like fantasy and stuff the whole time. But I don't need to go back to 10-minute wedding segment with Bridezilla attacking the government while Tails gets knocked the fuck out. I don't need that again. Is that when Tails got knocked out? Who even cares? No, they steal his technology or something and use it during the wedding. Just let's not have that. Please. Like, let's not have any of the real world. Who thought that was a good idea for a Sonic movie? Goddamn Sonic X thought of it, motherfuckers. It's constantly bringing my life down. Just don't have Mario X. I mean, I prefer not to have any isekai thing going on with Mario, like, at all. But if you're gonna do it, at least make most of it take place in his world. In his world. Maybe if we bully Illumination enough, they'll make Mario look less like a offender. I'm sorry. Just how does he look like middle-aged and young at the same time? And why does the voice of Chris Pratt still feel like it won't really fit? I mean, just going on looks. He doesn't look like a Chris Pratt. They should have made him look like Chris Pratt, the same way Bowser kind of looks like Jack Black. I hope Donkey Kong looks like Seth Rogen. But I have some hopes, I guess, for this movie. It could be like mid. It could just be... I mean, it could be really good, or it's probably just be passable at worst. So I really doubt it's going to be like Sonic 2 with the constant fucking... the jokes and everything. They can't be that bad. And it's not in the human world with the X-Men. That's right, I'm comparing these two, and Mario's not even out, because I'm jump-starting the 90s Sonic and Mario War again. You weren't there, you don't know. You didn't see the world burn as we argued over bits and games and blast processing. I will bring it back to the forefront, and we will know peace. Except we won't, so I'm gonna ruin it with Sonic and Mario banter again. Maybe it'll make Sonic 3 a good movie? Oh. We're just gonna get more Bridezilla moments and shit. You know, this movie must really have me hopeful if all I'm doing is complaining about Sonic 2. It's relevant. Mascot characters that are equivalent, I guess. I just don't know. I mean, I can't have another franchise. I love having mediocre outputs. But you know what? Eventually it all just goes that way. Hey, Detective Pikachu was pretty good. You know, that was a little bit more than passable. So yeah, I mean, this movie will probably be like that at least. That's not a bad thing to be like. So I guess hope in Minions Restored. I'm really hoping the Goombas aren't minions, but you know what? I'm sure someone at Nintendo loves them enough to sneak some kind of minion shit in there. Oh, I had to watch Taco Bell. Everybody that says Daredevil was badly characterized in She-Hulk, you're wrong. Shut up. He was just Daredevil being put in a lighter situation. That has nothing to do with anything. I just saw it, you know. Well, why not cause more chaos? Hey, look at, I got this. Look at this boy. Just the way he's framed. All right, we're just.